Friday.
Happy Friday. What's up, St. Joe's?
Well, let's start with an update on the Partners in the Gospel listening
Are
sessions.
we still doing those?
We are. There's still one more. You still have one chance left. So thank you to everyone who's already attended a listening session. We've had over 200 people do so. Our last two sessions are tomorrow. So at 9 a.m. we have Spanish in the church, and then we have English at 10 a.m. in Marion Hall. I hope that if you haven't had a chance to do this yet, that you will take this last minute opportunity to do so.
So next Wednesday, October 18th, is the Golden Fellowship Mass and Luncheon. Mass is at 11 o'clock. It's immediately followed by lunch in Marion Hall. Suggested donation for a lunch is $4. So come on by, come to Mass, pray with us, and then join us for lunch.
Right. And as many of you heard this last Sunday, our youth ministry program is kicking off this coming Sunday. So at 6:30 p.m., meet up in the church. It will be kickoff for both middle school and high school. So for those who have registered, great. But even if you haven't registered yet, please feel free to come. You can also bring friends. And I know both Samantha and Cynthia are really looking forward to meeting all of the teens in the parish, and they have a lot of really fun stuff planned for this coming year. So I'm pretty excited. We have like over 100 youth right now who have registered, so it's going to be a really great big gathering.
Isn't it great to be outside again? Here we are in mid-October,
It is.
and
It's a little breezy.
breezy on this Friday morning.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good to be outside.
Yeah.
I always like to be outside,
I do too.
unless it's pouring rain.
Anyway, the next item on our list is altar server training. This is a save the date announcement, so that will be on Saturday, October 28th. And this is for our current altar servers, as well as any young man or woman who's interested in becoming an altar server. See the
Great.
bulletin for more information.
All right, so now comes the time for our question of the week.
You're first.
Ooh, what is your favorite musical artist of all time?
Gosh. All time. It's a tough question. Do you have an answer
is.
to that? I mean, I have all these musicians in my mind. I don't want to say all these concerts my mother took me to.
You went to concerts with your mother?
Yeah, she took me to Kenny Rogers, Barry Manilow, Neil Diamond. I hate
Wow.
to say that. I'm kind of embarrassing myself on. And my mother watches this, so Mom, I didn't mean to make fun of Barry Manilow and Kenny Rogers. So,
You know-
but my favorite musician, I've got the answer. Just come
Okay,
to me.
all right.
Jason Mraz. You know Jason Mraz?
I don't.
Oh, you should listen to him. He's just a real practical person, and he's a man that's a musician filled with joy. So optimistic, his music is. His lyrics optimistic.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Jason Mraz.
I have so many from so many different genres that it's really hard to pick just one. So I think I'm going to go back to something that I always loved from the time I was really little. So when
Def
I was...
Leppard?
Yes, my parents were known to play Def Leppard in my house when I was growing up. We were kind of a different family in the neighborhood.
All right.
No. So, Mahalia Jackson, I remember from the time I was really little. My mom and dad had a couple of her albums, because yes, I'm old, and so we still had albums and a record player. And I just loved Mahalia Jackson, especially her Christmas album. So if anybody hasn't heard of her, go out and listen. She has a super unique voice and styling, and it's awesome. It's gospel music, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I've never heard of her. No clue who she is.
Oh, well, you need to know. Good. And then there's lots of modern kind of
Yeah.
more contemporary things
Got it.
too, but that's hard. I hate all these what's your favorite of anything.
I know. It's so hard to come up with one
It
answer.
is.
Yeah.
Because for me, I cannot just with one on anything. Like, no matter what you ask me, basically, I'm always
Yeah,
going
they
to
like
say,
me asking.
well, it's my top 5. It's my top 3.
Like I should ask her, what are your top 3 liturgical composers that you like to sing at Mass?
Well, back in the day, I used to like the St. Louis Jesuits a lot. I
Yeah.
liked their music when I was growing up. Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I like Bernadette Farrell.
She's good.
One, not
Yeah.
just because we have the same last name.
I like Marty Haugen.
I do too.
He's great.
That's
Bob
a good one.
Hurd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to a contemporary artist now that I really like. It's on my Spotify playlist. John Guerrera. Really recommend him.
And then we can say who are our favorite contemporary Christian artists. But now we've gone off on a tangent. And instead of just picking one favorite musical artist of all time, I really wanted to say Prince because that's for
Oh,
sure
he's
what my
great.
kids would say. That was my favorite. But yeah, I have to go a little more old school than that. Anyway.
I was in the Twin Cities the day that Prince died. I was
Really?
in the airport at
Oh.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, and they were playing Prince over the loudspeakers all across the airport.
Right on. Very cool. Well, I think you've now heard more from us than anyone ever wanted to. So why don't you talk about this Sunday?
This Sunday. Let's see if I can get this right. So this Sunday is the 28th Sunday in Ordinary Time. I will preside at the 9, the 11:30, and the 5 o'clock. Deacon Tom will be preaching. We will have the rite of welcome. Oh, I did it again. Rite of acceptance at the 11:30 a.m. Mass. And at the 5 o'clock Mass, we will let me just go back. And at 11:30, we'll also have 2 baptisms. And at the 5 o'clock will be the rite of welcome and the rite of acceptance.
Correct.
I think I've got that correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I know all of our candidates and catechumen who are preparing for this rite are really excited with their sponsors for this Sunday. So the folks who attend the 5 o'clock Mass will get the joy of kind of seeing this first rite that makes them officially catechumens and candidates rather than inquirers. So it's always a really joyful celebration.
How many do we have? Candidates, catechumens, just out of
Well,
curiosity.
in English, as far as adults go, we've got about 13. And kids, I think she's going to have some come in this Sunday and some due in December. So I think between the two, she has 11.
Great.
So we have a really good group. And I'm not sure how many are in the Spanish language group that Deacon Jose
I think it's 2. You
has.
told me.
Oh, okay.
2.
So yeah, it's a good group.
Wonderful. Well,
All
there we
right.
have it.
Yeah, and just a big thank you to Father Jerry Graham and Father Rob Evenson for coming out and celebrating Masses with us last weekend so that you could get another Sunday off. And,
It makes it sound like I don't work.
I've just noticed that both you and Father Gary get more Sundays off than I do. That's all I'm going to
That's
say.
not true. It just so happened that
Actually, it is true.
all right, all of you out there who watch and come to Mass, keep tabs on how often Father Mike and Father Francis are at Mass.
I have missed 2 Sundays since May. That's it. I'm just putting that out
usually
there.
it's just one a month,
Uh-huh.
but it just so happened the last 3 weeks I was gone for 2 weeks.
But really, this is about Father Jerry and Father Rob. And
Right.
we are super appreciative to both of them that they were able to come, especially Father Rob has to come all the way from Seattle. So he did an awesome job, and I know everybody at 11:30 Mass really appreciated him. So shout out to both of you guys. I don't know if they watched this, but we appreciate you.
Thank you.
So have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Have a good weekend.